Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. My name is Laura Milligan, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Canton, Ohio. I appreciate you tuning in today. This is my weekly Facebook Live. I go live pretty much every Monday at 1 p.m., and I appreciate all of you joining me. If you're there, please give me a shout out. And it's kind of we've had a gloomy few days recently, so maybe we can make some sunshine, some crafty sunshine today, right? Let me just double check here. So today is the last day of our current annual catalog, and tomorrow starts the brand new annual catalog. Look how bright and colorful this cover is. At this point, I am not allowed, per Stampin' Up! Rules, I cannot show you anything in the catalog yet, but I can show you the front cover, and it is featuring the Cheerful Daisies suite, which I love. That was a card that I used that suite to make a card for you last week on my live, and I shared some things on my blog recently with this suite of products, and I've gotten some really, really great comments. It seems like everybody loves daisies. So be ready tomorrow with your orders. Tomorrow's the big day. I'm so excited, and I can't wait to order some of the things as well. So I'm going to go ahead and put my camera view down, and we'll get started. Okay, I see Mary Jo, Becky, Debbie. Great. Thank you all for tuning in. All right, so I'm going to start by showing you this card. This is the card that I made last week with the daisies, the Cheerful Daisies, and I got a lot of love for this card on Facebook, and so thank you to all of you for liking and commenting. I really appreciate that. So I made this last week, and so I've drawn somebody's name. This is going to my friend Myra. Her name was randomly drawn. And so Myra, you can look for this. Happy mail headed your way. I'll try to get it out in the mail today. If not today, tomorrow. And I wanted to mention that tomorrow I am going to be releasing my newest class to go. This is one that I partner with my Canadian demonstrator friend Sherry Roth. We do this every month, and we are featuring the Cheerful Daisies. The cards are beautiful. You will get 6 different card kits. There's a couple different options with registration. You will get, if you are on my email list, which I hope you are, you will get information about this tomorrow so that you can get registered. But it's a great class, and I know I love daisies. I didn't realize how many other people love daisies as well. I think they just make you happy. And who among us have not done the thing with the daisies? He loves me not, he loves me pulling off the petals, right? That's what I think of when I think of daisies. So hi Anne Marie, hi Lucy. Lucy says, I wish it would stop raining. I agree, but I will tell you, my perennials that are coming up are thriving, and with all this rain, once we get some sunshine, I think everything's going to just take off. Okay, I have one card that I got in the mail last week, and this is a beautiful card. This is by my friend and downline, Barb. It's a lattice card. We actually are going to be making one of these in our Daisy class. So if you don't know how to do this, you can enroll for the class and learn how to make it. So that is from Barb. Thank you so much. Barb is very talented, makes beautiful, beautiful cards. All right. So, oh, Debbie says she named her car Daisy. Aw, that's sweet. Okay, so today I am going to use the Little Monkey bundle. This is a punch bundle, as you can see. It's this cute little monkey stamp set and the coordinating punch. And of course, we all love our punch bundles, right? So let me just show you. So this monkey here is the one that is punched out with this punch. You can also punch the banana, and then you can also punch like his eye area. I was going to say like muzzle. Is it a muzzle? Is that what they call it on a dog? I don't know. But like his little eye and face area, you can punch that out too if you want to make it 2 different tones. And then this is the banana that you can punch as well. So super, super cute. I have a fun card that I'm going to make with this today. And I'm using some returning colors. This is Lemon Lime Twist, super bright. Excuse me. Yeah, Debbie says, "Yay monkeys." Debbie, I want you to know, I'm doing this card today for you because you had requested last week that I do something with the monkeys. So you're the reason I'm doing this, Debbie. So I have my panel of Lemon Lime Twist. This is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. I'm gonna set that aside a minute. And then I have a panel of black and a panel of white, and these measure, the black is 3 7/8 by 3 1/2, just not quite square, and then 3 1/4 by 3 5/8, and these you can see are going to be layered like that. So I'm going to start with doing a little bit of stamping. I am using my Memento black ink because I'm going to add some color. I'm going to be coloring with some blends. And what I find with these blends, what I like to do is stamp and then give this black ink some time to kind of set and dry before I start adding in my blend. So I'm going to put this, let's see, I don't want it too far up. I think that's going to be about right. Just about there, like that. And then I'm going to do some other stamping. I have a scrap piece of paper, piece of white cardstock, basic white. And I'm just going to stamp several different things on this. I'm going to do the bananas, and there are 2 different banana stamps in this set. One is just the banana, a whole banana not peeled, and then there's one that's peeled. I'm going to do one of each of those. And then I'm going to do a couple of the monkeys. I think I'll start with the monkeys first. This is the one that I'll be able to punch. Okay. There must be a little, yeah, you know what, there's a little fuzz on his face, which it doesn't really matter, but I'm just going to flip it over. Just do it here. Okay, there we have him. Look how cute. He or she. And then I have this monkey, and she is hanging upside down, which is so cute. So there she is. And then I'm going to do my bananas. I'll put those up here. Okay, so I'm going to let those sit a minute, and I just find that if you let this ink set a little bit, then when you go in to add your blends, it doesn't blend the black color. So now I have this bright Lemon Lime Twist, and I'm going to just take my Lemon Lime Twist ink, and I'm just going to stamp around the edge. This is tone on tone. I'm going to overlap a little bit. Just going to stamp a couple leaves around the edge of this. So I sort of wanted to make the look of like it's in the tropic. It's a tropical jungle look. That's what I was thinking. Whoops. Actually, you know what? I'm going to set this black ink out of the way. I have been stamping all morning. Look at my hands. I am covered in ink. And like I always say, that means you're a part of the Inky Fingers Club, right? And then I'm going to do another one right below here. And I think I'm going to just leave it at that. Just a little bit around the border there. Okay. And then this piece, this is 4 by 5 1/4. This is going to go on the inside of my card. And I thought it would be cute to sort of do the same thing. Get the feeling of being in a jungle with these little monkeys. So I'm just going to stamp a few of these leaves around the edge of my card. I'm kind of going off the edge on purpose and just kind of stagger. Thought that was kind of cute. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside, set both of those aside for a minute, and now I'm going to close up these inks just for a minute, and I'm going to add some color. So I'm going to start, I'm starting with I'll do the branch first, and I am using a new color, which is pecan pie, or pecan pie, however you say it. I personally say pecan pie, and I love it. It's one of my favorites. So I'm just going to add, this is the dark pecan pie. I'm going to add a little bit of that, and then I'm just going to fill in with the light pecan pie. Whoops. I prefer to use the bullet tip on these, and now I'm just kind of going in a circular motion to kind of blend the color, pulling the dark into the light to just sort of blend that a little bit. Okay, got that there. Okay, and then I'm going to use, I have a couple greens. I decided to use, wait, that's not what I want. I have, this is dark old olive, and then I'm going to use light granny apple green. So I'm using light granny apple green and dark old olive. So I'm going to start with the dark and just add a little bit right along the stem, or the vein of the leaf, I guess it would be. Just a little bit like that. And then I'm going to go over this with the light granny apple green and just kind of blend it a little bit. And one thing I've learned with these blends, and I'm trying to do better at, is it's okay to leave some white space. It almost makes it look like, for in this case, like the sun is reflecting off of the leaves. Okay. I'm just going to do it like that. Okay, I like how those look. I'm going to set that aside a minute. Now I'm going to do the bananas. And so for the bananas, I used light and dark lemon lolly, which is one of our new core colors. And so I'm going to start with the peel of the banana and just go along this and make it dark lemon lolly. Make it a little bit darker on that side, I guess. Same thing here. I'll make one of these sections a little bit darker. And then for the banana, you know, bananas are like almost white or a super, super pale yellow. So what I did was I just put a really light touch of the light lemon lolly because I wanted it to look a little yellowish, but not overly yellow. And then I just took my color lifter and swirl that around to lift some of that. Now, I have this monkey on the back so you can kind of see, but I have another one ready. But that's how I did that. Let me see. Here's one. I've already, let me bring this in here. Here's one that I already did the same way, and you can see how the actual banana part, hopefully you can see, along with my dirty fingers, inky fingers, the banana part is just almost white, but it has just a really slight hint of yellow, and that was kind of the look I was going for. Okay, now I'm going to color the monkeys, and so I did those I started with light crumb cake to do the area around their eyes, nose, and mouth. And I'm just going to keep this kind of simple. It may be raining outside, but we're just hopefully going to be the bright spot in your day, or a bright spot in your day. Okay, I'm going to do this one. Look how cute this one's face is. She's so cute. Okay. Okay. Then I wanted to give them some pink cheeks, so I'm using light petal pink. Just going to have a little hint of color on their cheeks. Just going to do like little circles. Just makes them look even cuter, right? Oh, and then I'm going to pick up my light crumb cake again and color the inside of their ears. Give that a little color as well. Okay, now I'm going to use the pecan pie again, and I'll start with the dark. And I'll tell you what became my friend as I was doing this coloring was the color lifter. So I'm going to do his ears, or her ears, a little bit dark, all around his nose and mouth, because that would probably be a little bit dark. And then I'm just going to add some dark here and there on this, maybe a little bit on his tail. Okay. I guess I should make this ear, add some dark to that as well. And then I'm just going to come in with the light pecan pie and just blend. Just soften all those lines where the dark is and just fill her in. And the nice thing about this, like I said, this monkey, she's going to be punched with the punch that goes with this, which is really good. Okay, so I'm just sort of blending this all in, and I'm going to leave like that for a second. And now I'm going to go to the other monkey and start with the dark again. And just kind of go under here. Go around her ears. There's really no right or wrong. And, you know, sometimes I love coloring. I find it's very relaxing. I know not everybody does, but I really enjoy it. So, okay, we're going to do that. Aren't they cute? I agree. They're just cute. This is one of those cards that anybody it would bring a smile to their face, right? Okay, so I'm going to add a little more dark here. And then I'm going to bring in my light pecan pie. Now what you could do, and I'm just going to kind of blend all this in. What you could do is, if you don't want to color, you could stamp this on like a piece of pecan pie cardstock with your Memento Black. And then do it again in like the pale papaya or a crumb cake, or, you know, a different color for the face part, and then just punch. For this one, you could do that because there's a part, let me show you on the punch. Here's the face part, so you could punch that separately if you wanted to just use two colors of cardstock and not have to color all of it in. But it's kind of fun to color them. Okay, now when I said my color lifter became my friend, I wanted to just lighten them up a little bit. So I'm just gonna lightly pull some of this color away, just to lighten it up a little bit. Blend this a little bit. I think it makes them look more realistic, I think, because, well, they're not realistic, obviously. But I think it makes them look a little bit softer, maybe not so solid colors. All right, so there are those, and I'm going to show you. So here's this. Now the nice thing, let me get my paper snips here. This little banana, I'm going to cut a strip of this here. Going to turn this upside down. Oh, I better cut this off. I've already cut this banana, but so you can see now, see how that's lightened up? Sometimes when you use the color lifter, you've got to give it a second or two to keep pulling that color away, but I love that one. I think that turned out really good. You can see it's just a hint of yellow on that banana. I'll set that aside. I'll use that later. Okay, so now I'm just going to take this banana that's all colored and just line it up in the punch. And there you have that. You don't have to cut it out. All right. Then I'm going to find my little monkeys. And this one is going to fit right in there. Let me get that lined up right. So we'll punch that out. And I actually So I've already gone ahead and colored, and this one I did have to fussy cut. It wasn't that hard. And then I have, so let's see, here's my bananas. Okay, so let's put this card together. So what I did, and I thought this was kind of fun, I took this branch and I trimmed just maybe not even a half an inch, just a little bit here on the top and the bottom of this branch. It's probably big enough. Okay, so what I wanted to do, well, so let's see, I'm going to do this first. I'm going to put this on here like this, and it's just going to be glued on flat. I'm not going to put any glue here. You'll see why in a minute. Okay, so I'm going to put this on here. Just center that on my black cardstock. And then I'm going to take this little monkey, and what I want to do with her is just put a dimensional behind her head, her face. I have a brand new sheet of dimensionals. That never happens. Okay, and then for this monkey, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put a dimensional. I'm actually going to put two, one be sort of by, right by her ears. Okay. And then what I want to do is put some glue on her feet. And I thought this would be a fun way to do this. It's going to give her, well, first of all, it's going to make sure she is standing on the branch and doesn't look like she's just kind of flying in midair. So I'm going to put her down here. So hold that in place, and I'm just going to hold her feet down. But I think it's fun because her head, it gives her dimension. It makes her seem a little realistic. Her feet are grounded on the branch, and her head's popped up. And then I'm going to take this little monkey, and I'm going to take the dimensional off. I'm going to put a little bit of glue, just a dab, behind her tail. Just a little bit. Okay. And she's going to just go, she's going to slip right behind there, and her tail is going to catch on that little branch. Like she's just swinging around like that. And then I'm going to hold this down. I'm going to give that a second. Okay. So that part's down like that. And then before I go on, I'm going to stamp my words here. And I chose, I'm Bananas About You. So I'm going to do this in black. Okay, and it's going to go right there. Okay, I'm Bananas About You. And so then we need to add our bananas. I'm going to put my lid on my black ink. Okay, so we have this. I'm going to add, this monkey up here is already enjoying a banana. She's already peeled it. And so my daughter Faith, I'll tell you a little funny tip. My daughter Faith, this was a long time ago. She was a little girl, and we were eating a banana, and I was having trouble, breaking the top off and pulling it down. And she said, "Mom, try from the bottom going up. That's the way monkeys do it." So if you've ever had a problem getting your banana to peel, try it from the bottom, because that's the way the monkeys do it, and it works. It easily came right off. So there's that cute little monkey eating her banana. And then this one down here, before I add this one, I'm going to attach this to the front here like this, because her banana is going to be a little bit off this focal part of the card, focal image. I'm going to add this. I'm just going to center this on here. And I think these monkeys are so cute. They just make me smile. I think I'll send this card to my daughter Faith, and I'll remind her about how she taught me how to peel a banana the way monkeys do. Okay, so I'll take this off. And this is just going to be resting in her hand. I think they're ready to enjoy their lunch, right? So that was my card idea. And then I thought, you know what, it might be kind of fun because I wanted to make it look like they were in the jungle, because we all know monkeys live in the jungle, right? So what I thought, I wanted to try this, and I didn't know if I would like it or not, but I cut and stamped 3 of these leaves that I had stamped on the background here, and I thought I kind of liked the way it looked, so I want to show you what I did. I put a dimensional on the back of these. That's going to just go right there. They're going to just rest on kind of around the sides of this. I put one down here, and they're hanging off the edge, which is fine because then I'm just going to trim them. But I just thought it was something fun, something that I kind of thought of it, and I thought, well, let's just try this. It just gives some dimension and interest to the outside of the card as well. So outside edge, I mean. Okay, so we're going to do that. And so then I'm just going to take my paper snips, and I'm just going to cut these excess edges off like that. Okay, so there you have that. And I don't know, what do you all think? I thought it was kind of fun. It makes them look like they're in the jungle. Thought it was kind of cute. And then, of course, I want to add some embellishments. So I am using, hi Mallory, aren't they so cute? Yeah, I think everybody's liking this, just super, super cute. So I am using, these are called adhesive backed solid gems. These are new in the catalog. I know this is the pecan pie color, and I'm going to use the lemon lolly to sort of go with my bananas. All right, so I'm going to get my take your pick tool, and I'm just going to add a couple of these yellow lemon lolly gems here. And these come in, there's 3 different sizes. So I'm using 2 of the small and then a medium one. And of course you could do as many as you want, but there is my card. I thought it was kind of fun. And then for the inside, I'm going to add my little panel 4x5 1/4 with just some leaves around. You could of course add a monkey. In fact, I have one here. Look how cute. He's cute just sitting right inside there, isn't he? I think we should add him. I'm going to glue him on there. Since I have him, why not? Let's see. Where do we want to put him? I think I'll put him right there. Okay. Just attach this. And of course you want to stamp something on your envelope. And actually, you know what'd be really cute? I guess I don't have, do I? Let me see here. I thought I had another banana. Hold on. I thought I did. I think it's disappeared, but you could put a little banana in her hand. It's probably buried alive. But anyway, it'd be cute to put a little banana there as well. So there is my card. And again, it is featuring the little monkey bundle. This will be available to order tomorrow. And you know that our punch bundles always go fast. So if this is something you're interested in, don't delay. Everybody loves our punch bundles, and they do have a tendency to sell out quickly or be unorderable. That means it will be coming back if that happens, because this is in our annual catalog. We'll have it for the whole next year. But super cute card. I hope you all like it. And I'm going to just go ahead and change my view. So thank you. Here's another little view of it. I think they're so cute. And you probably have some little monkeys in your life that would, of any age, that would probably enjoy getting this card. So thank you all for watching me today. And of course, we're all excited for tomorrow when the new catalog goes live. I can't wait. I'm going to be ordering some things for myself. I've got a big wish list going. And so please reach out to me if there's anything you want to order. If I can help you in any way, I'm more than happy to do that. And so thank you so much for joining me today. And as always, I hope you have time to be creative today. Thank you all so much. I'll see you next week. Take care.